history has been told by the elder is that Malinda was an unlisted passenger above the Titanic. She was traveling as a personal caregiver and with an independent European contractor. Of course, we must listen to the elders. Just listening to the elders lets you take a journey through their minds. And it's like walking through a library because they have ancestors' knowledge, because they have old untold stories. This is the unsolved disappearance of Malinda Borden. The disappearance of Linda still remains an unsolved mystery. Over 100 years ago, oral history has been told by the elder is that Malinda Borden was an unlisted passenger above the Titanic. She was traveling as a personal caregiver and with an independent European contractor. Of course, we must listen to the elders. Just listening to the elders lets you take a journey through their minds. And it's like walking through a library because they have ancestors' knowledge, because they have old untold stories. This is the unsolved disappearance of Malinda Borden. The disappearance of Linda still remains an unsolved mystery. Over 100 years ago, oral history has been told by the elder is that Malinda Borden was an unlisted passenger above the Titanic. She was traveling as a personal caregiver and with an independent European contractor. Of course, we must listen to the elders. Just listening to the elders lets you take a journey through their minds. And it's like walking through a library because they have ancestors' knowledge, because they have old untold stories. This is the unsolved disappearance of Malinda Borden. The disappearance of Linda still remains From Pinky. But look what's going on. We're going to have membership only. And in this membership only, we're going to have a book club. Yes, a fabulous book club. It's going to be reading in the chapters of Black Titanic. You're going to read about your ancestors. You're going to learn a lot about history that you don't get in the book. But anyway, you guys, sign up now. If you want your book, you want to be part of the book club, you got to sign up now. You got to start purchasing your book. It's $15, you guys. That covered. It's $10 for the book, $5 for shipping, right? So get your orders in so we can start. We want to start by September. So the whole month of August, you'll be getting your book and you're started. Don't worry now. We're gonna use one chapter at a time. Everybody gonna read one chapter at a time, and then we will discuss it. Thanks. So this is how you do. Black Titanic 65 at yahoo.com. Black Titanic 65 at yahoo.com is going to be my email address. So, you guys will be able to remember that, right? Black Titanic 65 at yahoo.com. So let me zoom on this. Black Titanic, African aboard, right? Hey. Welcome, you guys. I am author Oma of the book, The Black Titanic, you guys. Y'all know today's supposed to be for the book club. So the reading of the book club. So, it's not a lot of y'all here, but we still can have a great time. Let's see what y'all saying. Who's over here? Let me see who's over here in the comment. Let's see. Ebony Dancer and G.A. Leo. Well, hi, Ebony. Hi, G.A. Leo. And you guys know that, and Cynthia Hannum. Hello, how are you? Yeah, today is the day for the book. Don't look like I'm getting my communication good for the book club, y'all. Where we discuss what happened to the blacks that was aboard the Titanic. So yeah. Rosa Graham, hi, good morning. Oh, what time is it? 10:50. Yeah, I told everybody to be here by 11. But anyway, so until 11 I can discuss. I was looking at Melody. Did y'all see when Kiki threw that drink in that girl's face? That thing kind of surprised me because I guess Kiki just done had her limit with her cousin because her cousin forever belittling her. Yeah, and then she went further than that. When she threw the drink in Tisha's face, Tisha said,
well, why did you do that? What you going through that for? But I noticed, y'all, yeah, a lot of y'all are saying, why didn't Tisha do something? Because Tisha always talking about how great of a fighter she is, she and her mom. But I was looking at that man. That man was holding her arm. He was holding her hand down so she wouldn't get up. But see, my soul want to keep Tisha to just shut up, just be quiet about it. Don't even talk about me cheating on you. Oh, I ain't never seen nothing like that. That man got so much control of that girl. Let's just listen to it. I got it pulled up. Let's listen to it, y'all. Let's listen to this. Just listen at this. So Melody she walking into whatever this establishment is.
Everybody knows that the newest popping thing in Huntsville is Mid City. So today, I've invited my girl Kiki out to the camp, which is a part of the Mid City district, for us to kind of eat a little bit and catch up. Hey, I was wondering. I'm like, I know she better be showing up. Absolutely. To the baby reveal. Oh my God. Oh, you know I wanted to come. I definitely wanted my face to be set. I did. Most did.
I'm glad Kiki didn't come because she would have came to that baby reveal. I feel like they would have ambushed Kiki because the conversation was about the Black Expo. But this just my opinion. I believe that Stormy, Tisha and Kimmy had discussed if she come to that baby reveal, they were going to ambush her with that. So it took Tisha off guard. Because when Tisha came in there, she said, what are y'all talking about? She thought it was going to be about the Home Depot event, but instead, it backfired. It was about her. Well, let me just keep it going, y'all.
Are you sure about that? Because you and Tiffany, y'all be kind of. Oh, I would never back down. I would never be so cowardice as to not show my face. What have you been doing? What's been going on? Just trying to keep it together. The last time we talked, oh my God, I was not feeling good at all. I was so sick. Unfortunately, it had happened a few times in the last.
So y'all know what Tisha did by her being sick like that. Her and her husband was saying, well, she probably relapsed. That's what they were saying. But Kiki went and debunked that. Yeah, she went to the reunion. They gave trust to her enough to give her some medication to go for some days. Every time she go to the clinic, her urine is negative. So they wouldn't give her no take home if her urine wasn't negative. But, I just find it quite interesting that they keep bringing up her drug charges and don't bring up Tisha's. Tisha was convicted of UPOC. I think that says that's some kind of controlled substance, some kind of pill or something, allegedly, that she was convicted of drugs and didn't get a bond either. But I just like her loyalty. Kiki never bring that drug charge up, if y'all notice that. She never bring Tisha drug charge up.
Oh, yeah, she had been to the ER. Yeah. And so, I just went to the doctor the day before yesterday to kind of check on that and make sure everything is going good. Unfortunately, before they can tell me anything, they have to run more tests. Okay. Well, how have you been feeling lately? You look good. So I want to assume that you've been feeling good. I have. Okay. Thank God. I have been feeling good. What you been up to? Enjoying life, living, traveling. And you know what? Kimmy did a little town hall meeting, girl, about the Black Expo. Everybody was kind of giving their advice and their input on what could make it better, what could have been done differently. The deepest thing in the room was the tension between Marcel and Stormy. I'm like, girl. Really? Yes. I walked in a little bit late, but when I walked in, it was like, oh, don't talk to me. If you got to talk to me, talk to my husband. He was like, well, Courtney, can you ask Stormy? And I'm like, I'm looking back and forth like, what is going on, girl? I didn't know there was any tension between them. Now, I did hear about something happening at the expo. Stormy said that Marcel was being really cheap and asking people for money. $100. Yeah. That's what the tension
makes you wanna, don't it? Oh, here boasting now. $17 million man. And then Storm is supposed to be $19 million or $20 million. And they fussing over $100 bill. But anyway, I can kind of know that Marceau, if you know the reality of them Scots, they really need money.
Miss, I think for me, in my level of thinking, I just wouldn't think that two multimillionaires would have that kind of tension about $100. I don't think Stormy's problem was about $100. I think it was about how he came at her. He came at her disrespectfully. You know, Marceau, he can be very facetious. But he can think that you're dumb enough to not really understand or notice what it is that he's trying to say. Come on, dude, don't play me. Don't try to play. The Marceau, before a little taste of money and fame, he was different. I'm just saying a different side of him. Just this.
Marceau always bashing women and belittling his wife too, y'all. That's why I like that poem by Maya Angelou, Phenomenal Woman. Because I am a phenomenal woman. Phenomenal woman, that's me. That's right, ladies. We need to know our worth so these men won't use us as no footstool.
Disregard for anyone else's thoughts and feelings. And he'll joke at other people's expense, but when the joke is on him, it's not so funny. You know, people don't like when the joke comes on them. Right. Well, are you and Tisha at least in a better place? I thought so. But lately, it just kind of seems like we've been moving backwards. Why is that? Girl, it's some stuff going on. There's rumors that Marceau and had an affair.
Y'all know. Oh! Every season, Marceau is having an affair. I mean, it's not sometimes, it's every season. He got the same old storyline. This time, we can kind of like put a realistic reality to it because they claim it's that makeup artist. Oh, let me keep it going. Tisha, did you hear that, teacher? Your man had a threesome on a bed, teacher. You said that you never deal with that in your life before. You got that perfect marriage.
Evidently, one night, this other girl went out to the club. And supposedly, Marceau was there. And the two of them hooked up with Marceau and had a threesome.
They hooked up with Marceau and had a threesome. And I'm like, ugh. I'm an old lady and wouldn't be attracted to nothing like that. He looked too soft for me. His titties sitting up there bigger than mine. Shit, I don't want to lay down next to nothing like that. Titties hanging and my titties hanging too. Shit. Hey, excuse me, y'all. I shouldn't have said that. Oh.
Marceau and had an affair. Evidently, one night, this other girl went out to the club. And supposedly, Marceau was there. And the two of them hooked up with Marceau and had a threesome.
Yep, that's it. That perfect marriage. I know that has to be the most embarrassing thing to Tisha. Tisha been trying to, from the time she stepped her foot on the screen, she's been trying to convince us that, she has a perfect marriage. Yes, this man just walk all over this girl. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to move on into the book club, but I just want to talk to you ladies. We can't be like Tisha, right? We got to know our worth, whether we married or not. As a woman, as an individual, as a human being, you have to know that you are a phenomenal woman. Let me put that up. I just got to put that up. I just love that. Phenomenal woman, that's me. That's what I am, a phenomenal woman. Yes. Dr. Maya Angelou. Let's see here what I got here. Yeah, there go Dr. Maya Angelou, y'all. Y'all know she did that poem called I Rise. She always had poems lifting the women's up. Yes, she did. Dr. Maya Angelou. So I'm going to say that poem to y'all called Phenomenal Woman. That's me, y'all. That's you. That's me. Phenomenal woman. You know, that's who we are. Yeah, you guys, Tisha, she really is a singer mother. To me, she is. That's all she is. She's a married singer mother because that man do not participate and nothing that he do with her. Okay, so this is phenomenal woman. That's me. She said, men themselves has wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say it's in the arch of my back, the thing of my smile, the ride of my breast, the hip in my stride, because I am a woman, a black woman, phenomenally woman. That's me. Yes. It's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I am a black woman because I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. That's right. Know your worth, ladies. Know your worth. Yes. Know your worth and who you are. Yes. Okay, you guys, I'm finna go on into the book thing. We're gonna be on from chapter 42. We start on page 42, right? Here we go. This is Black Titanic when Aunt Linda was in the bowels of the Titanic, you guys. Oh boy. So, hey, Ebony Dancer, welcome. Any content creator, G.A. Leo, Cynthia Blackground. Hey, Stacy, Nosy Rosie Graham. Okay, this is Black Titanic, African aboard. Malinda gonna have to save David life, y'all. David is her goals. All right, now hit the like button, share, and subscribe. This is Arthur Omer, and remember, eagles fly with eagles. Okay, I'm continuing at the bottom of the page, 42, the last paragraph. David thought, he said, I'm in a stranger's place. I don't understand why the colonel helped me. This was a rare occasion coming from Esau, but he was grateful. I'm in a strange place, says David, as he thought, and I'm in a compromising position. I am on the cruelest people on the planet because they kill for sports. They are notorious and the number one serial killer in the world. The first of the list of murderers and inhumane treatment of African ancestry globally. Yeah, it's genocidal war against the survivor of black family. Of course, it became clear to David that his tribal sister Malinda made a deal with Colonel Ashley to go back to work in exchange for his life. Yeah, Malinda had to swallow her pride. Her brother David, her tribal brother David, she made a deal. Colonel, I'll come back to work for you. And then on top of that, Melinda had a back up against the wall because the coroner could have ordered some kind of punishment against her. But that's what he said. You come back to work for me, or you can suffer with your punishment. But Melinda would have been hard headed, but she used this opportunity to save David's life. Still on the scene now, Leia wounded man. Don't y'all forget about Brother Torres still laying down there like Mike Brown was, all in the middle of the road all day long. Brother Torres still on the scene, lays a wounded man, which was the most frightening part of the fire. Brother Torres was laying down there burnt up. It was a frightening thing to see, y'all. Y'all, he noticed burned skin coming off while Melinda cleansed it. Oh, Melinda was cleaning. She cleaned every time she rubbed, the skin just fall off. Whoosh. That fire had burnt it all the way down to the tissue and the muscles, you guys. Then Malinda applies cold compresses to the site. She's sprinkling healing herbs on the burnt area. Not long after now, they finally were able to move him. The victim was escorted out by the coroner with Malinda trailing. Without a doubt, she had already set up that clinic in third class because remember, blacks could not socialize with whites. So Melinda had her own clinic down there in third class. And it was where Brother Torres was taken. After stabilizing him, he looked at Melinda and said, Where are you from? Thus she rubs some soothing oil on his burns. I'm from America, and my family predate Christopher Columbus. But for some reason, the red man called the Indian is recognized as the original. Yes, Greta, she was on the Titanic. That's her right there. Where are you from? Malinda replied. I'm native of Australia. My people were captured and marched off the land in 1890 by paleface. Y'all didn't know Australia was all black also, you guys. But in 1890, they were marched off their land. We were placed into concentration camps, and many was murdered. Since I was only 9 years old then, at the time when it happened, I was separated from my parents and forced throughout the years to live with different colonizing families. Ain't that something? He was just a child, y'all. In elementary school, he was held as a slave. I worked as a servant. I was a rebellious child that never obeyed. And if the colonized tried to hit me, well, you know what I did? I hit them back. And by the 10 years, nobody wanted to be bothered with me, so I was set free. You are my brother, replied Malinda. And your story is my story, and your tragedy is my tragedy. Sip this. You are my brother. You are my sister. Your tragedy is my tragedy. My story is your story. Sip this. He's sipping on elixir formula, healing formula Malinda had put together. Then Torres lift his head up. He tried to lift up, man, but the pain was so excruciating as he drank all this herbal painkiller Melinda mixed with antibiotics. Then it put him to sleep. Meanwhile, Melinda thought as she was leaving, he's 31 years old, but he looks younger. Yeah, he looked young. Now the remaining stokers become alarmed. The coals began to have spontaneous combustion, you guys. Everyone worked as fast as they could. Some used hot buckets, some used water buckets, others used hoses. David yelled, hey, we gotta keep this coal dry now. If we keep the coal dry, we can control the fire. Now the remaining stokers became alarmed. The coals began to have spontaneous combustion. Moving on along to the next paragraph. While the fire was still burning, the white stokers became weakened. They were weak, y'all. They weren't used to working hard like that. Most of them complained of respiratory problems and skin blisters. You know, they can't stand heat, so skin blisters started popping up everywhere on each side. You see, they were not used to working long hours and couldn't tolerate the heat. So in other words, that's where all the power was with my brothers. Had it not been, they wouldn't have been on board. They wouldn't have got as far as they could because Paleface couldn't tolerate the heat. Soon, y'all, check this out, y'all. Soon, bunker number 5, bunker number 6 became inflamed red, and new farmers were sent down to help. New devils were sent down to help. And every hour they began to change shift, y'all. The fire got hotter and hotter and hotter. I heard there's a fire. There's a fire in the reserve bunker as well. So, you guys, this is true. Fires was in the bottom of the Titanic from the time they left London, y'all. They had to fight off fires and fight off those races at the same time, y'all. David replied, if the fire doesn't kill us, the smoke will. The smoke killing us. As David and his new friend Niger and Joe left the boiler room, they were told to keep their mouth closed, not to tell anybody. Nobody could know about this fire. So while all the rich people was up there partying, having a good time, living their life out, they did not know that their life was in danger. Remember now, Niger is the postal worker. Niger is the boutique owner too, which was rare. He had his boutique shop on the second floor and second class deck. And then he also have a secret with Malinda. Shh, don't tell nobody. They threw that body overboard, y'all. They threw the Judge Green daughter body overboard because she was trying to shoot Malinda. Excuse me? Will you excuse me? David said while he walked. What do Niger mean?
Page 44.
Niger now. He replied, my name means serpent. And some spell it Negus or Nagas. Nagar. In Africa culture, the serpent represents protection, wisdom, and power. Also, Nigos is the same as the king or ruler or pharaoh. So all this time, David replied, I thought chasing the serpent out of Ireland meant just that. So, you guys, I am going to do that. It meant chasing the serpent out of Ireland was deleting all the original black people. Aboriginal Irish belongs to the African, the TWA people, the pygmies they call them. And while that's what that serpent mean, they had old saint. Oh yeah, they had that Catholic priest up there calling him a saint. Anyway, they were made fun of, you guys. This is where you get your leprechaun from, because they were short stature people. He went in there and killed up all those people. All those people they went in there, just complete genocide of Niger ancestors, you guys. And then made fun of them. And that's why every year the leprechaun or St. Patrick's Day is celebrated. So when you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you celebrate the genocide of your people. And when you celebrate those leprechauns, you celebrate them mocking the fact that the TWA was short stature people. So all this time, replied David, I thought chasing the serpent out of Ireland meant just that. With tears was watering up in Niger's eyes, he told David that the so-called holy man, St. Patrick, was evil. He was responsible for the genocide of his ancestors. Other nation greatest glory is to cover up the genocide of our ancestors, and that the black skin and the kinky hair and your broad nose African are not the native of this earth. They trying to cover it up, y'all. We are the native of this earth everywhere you go. While they walked to the third class, he saw Ellen. Remember Ellen, the biracial girl? She ran into his room in his arm, and she was so in love with David. She was so glad to see him. And remember, Miss Elizabeth wanted David too, y'all. Oh, you smell like Mother Fire, said Malinda. He paused. She added, the entire spirit smells like Sephora's fire. And we all know about it. The reason she's saying that is because the people in the first class don't know. In an effort to dismiss the conversation, remember, David not supposed to talk about it. David kissed her. Meanwhile, Melinda's at work and Stephanie, and she goes on and walking to, oh Lord, Melinda back at work with Stephanie.
8:45.
Normally, the steerage is for third class passengers, was not allowed to have access to the first class promenade deck. So Stephanie walked to the poop deck. So Stephanie, she always liked to hang out down there with Malinda and them. She was lonely. And she just like hanging out down that way. As they crossed the Atlantic Ocean, Malinda thought her eyes was deceiving her. Like the pineal gland is in effect now. She saw thousands of ancestors rising out of the ocean. What's more, Malinda heard her brother Alexander's voice said, the ship, Malinda. I keep warning you, Malinda, the ship is going to be lost forever. I keep singing this. Oh, boy. Oh, Stephanie now. Stephanie don't know what's going on. Malinda over there, she having them singing the ancestors rising out of the ocean. Stephanie over there, oh, a breath of fresh air, say Stephanie. She looks at Malinda. It appears like Malinda was in a trance. Malinda. Malinda. She taps Malinda on her shoulder. What you see out there in that ocean? What you see, Malinda? What you see? I for some reason, Stephanie, I keep challenging my ancestors. Oh, you got some psychic powers, replies Stephanie. She adds, oh, and I appreciate you coming back to work for me. Well, I did it to save my brother, my tribal brother David, life, you know. Just then Ernest came in. Suddenly he kissed Malinda. He said, now, you know you're the love of my life. Marry me. Oh, marry me, baby. Just marry me. So they discussed the ceremony. They just one would be with a small circus of friends. So anyway, the joy of dancing and being joyful with my beautiful wife on this luxurious trip is all a man needs, said Ernest. Ernest was so in love. He adored Aunt Malinda. And she adored him too. Oh, it was his dark skin, she said, that she was attracted to. His beautiful white teeth and full lips made Malinda melt. Her heart melted. Where else, except for on this boat, can you meet an attentive musician and singer, thought Malinda. They kissed over and over again. Stephanie just sitting up there feeling awkward. A loud noise distracted them. They looked. She looked over there at Stephanie. She appeared anxious. Stephanie was just pacing the deck down. Stephanie got a lot of problems. He beat her on the head, too. The colonel Asher was beating her too much, y'all. She was pacing the poop deck. Her chest was moving fast as if she couldn't breathe. Oh, this Stephanie. Oh, I can't breathe. Oh, Stephanie fell on the floor as Malinda observed only the white part of her eye. Quick! Hey! She's having a seizure, Ernest! She's having a seizure, Malinda yelled. Without a doubt, Malinda knew that the stress from her being all beat up all the time by her husband, was causing these seizures. You got to take better care of your health, Stephanie. Really, you really do. You cannot take another blow to the head. It's the cause of your seizures. So, y'all, I'm just gonna finish this on out. So, Mr. the coroner, he came, he approached Malinda. Yeah. He heard every word she was saying, but he had little criticism to say to Malinda. Coroner was grateful, that he said that Malinda was his nurse and had saved his family, his wife loud, okay? Anyway, Coroner asked Malinda, y'all, he wanted her, some other white man wanted her to work to sew some clothes for his wife on there. So Malinda said, I would think about your offer, said Malinda, as the coroner and his wife walked away. Anyway, so Malinda and all them, they still talking about the African has always been skilled navigator. So she's sitting up there on this boat now. And she's there and she's thinking. So the big lie begins that Columbus discovered America. That's what she think about. During the 1940s, evidence of advanced civilization called the unmet. They existed thousands of years before the red man came and discovered Columbus. Archaeology discovered bones and sculptures, images, and artifacts. Those are your ancestors. The word Olmecs means rubber people, and they were part of Mesoamerica civilization, which thrived from 1200 to 400 BC, and they had a booming economic. Our ancestors did. We were not in no trees and savages like they said. These people spoke Naha, They were businessmen as they traveled along the coast, trading goods and others and developing agriculture crops. Yes, our ancestor had advanced civilization over here. They fashioned the earliest mirror. When you look in the mirror, they was responsible for fashioning the earliest mirrors from iron ore. They viewed the mirror as sacred, along with the sun. I got this source from the Black Angel Network. In a while they traveling across the transatlantic ocean, Malinda and Ernest shared stories about their life to each other. They watched the waterways and the heavenly stars. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Malinda points to the stars. Looks like the Titanic is off course. But nobody would not listen to Malinda. Ernest said nothing. He suddenly kissed her. Let's have a private ceremony. Malinda replied, I love you. Now see, Ernest just got one thing on his mind. That's marrying Malinda. Malinda know that in addition to fire aboard, they are off course. They could have reached America sooner, but they were off course. Then flashback star while Malinda remembered her brother Alexander wisdom. She begins to pour her heart out to her fiance. He said, baby, what you looking so sad? I just proposed to you. Why you look so sad, baby? And that's where I'm stopping at, you guys. On page 47, I'm stopping at the page of 47. Why you look so sad, Malinda? So this next thing I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the Irishman and the Olmec civilization. Hit that like button, share and subscribe. Thank you for coming. Thank everybody for their Cash App super stickers, and thank you subscribers. Thank everybody for being here. Now remember, Nigel is on board. He is from Ireland. I told y'all that. So here is a little bit story of the first inhabitants of Ireland, which was Nigel ancestors.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Coach of the Fun Day. Back at it once again. And this one, we're looking at Black Europe. Maybe you understand that, African people or Afro-Quay people.
Okay, you guys. Let me freshen y'all memory up. I wasn't here, but if you got the video last week, y'all do know that Nigel worked in the post office, and he also had a boutique. And Malinda was being bullied by one of the white women because she wanted Malinda to work in her boutique for nothing, you guys. So she ended up trying to kill Malinda, and Malinda got her before she did. So Nigel and Malinda tossed her overboard. Betty Lou, whatever her name. Well, anyway, you guys, that's page 47. Now I'm finna move on into the history of Niger. Niger was from Ireland. Those people from Ireland are the oldest inhabitant there. They were black people, right? So I'll try to explain to y'all, the reason this is so important is because I hear a lot of people, black people saying, Happy St. Patrick Day. St. Patrick's Day is the celebration of your ancestor, the genocide. St. Patrick killed over 200,000 black Africans and took that land over there. Europe belongs to black people, y'all. Oh, let me see what Miss M for Life. Is she still up here? She came up in for life. Okay, yes.
Good morning, Miss Black Titanic. Oh, this is a My pleasure. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm actually speaking to you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I was wondering what
Oh,
was on
oh,
your mind today.
oh, I was just want to just speak to you and say, thank you for having me in your book club. And
Mhm.
I can't put the book down. I'm so far ahead. I have to go back and read again. It is a wonderful book. And that's all I had to say. I was gonna go back to the chat and put some comments and things in, but that's all I have to say. But thank you, and it's a pleasure. And oh, it's touched my heart so much to be able to actually speak to you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, you mean the world. And also want to let you know Pinky and Jazzy J is on their way over to the book club.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So now I just want to tell y'all all these European holidays, we need to know the meaning to these European holidays, you guys. We just celebrate them. Most of these European holidays is celebrating the death, the murder, the slaughtering, the deletion of our ancestors. So let me just hit you to Niger. Niger's aboard the Titanic. He's originally from Ireland, and it was a lot of them on that boat. The black people from Ireland, they helped build the Titanic. The Titanic was built in Belfast, Ireland, and a lot of them was put on the labor force. So let me just go, and we're going to we've been go into the Twa people. These are your leprechauns that they make fun of because they was short people, so they made fun of them. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Let's see if that's the right one.
Over 100 years ago, oral history has been told by the elder, is that Malinda Borden was an unlisted passenger above the Titanic. She was traveling as a personal caregiver and with an independent European contractor. Of course, we must listen to the elders. Just listening to the elders lets you take a journey through their minds. And it's like walking through a library because they have ancestors' knowledge, because they have old untold stories.
Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Here's y'all a little bit of the history of Niger people. Remember, Niger is the post office worker. He also had a boutique on the second class deck. And also, he was the one that had migrated to America. He was living in Mississippi. He knew Malinda and the brother when it came down there to organize some type of justice group for blacks while the KKK against the KKK. But anyway, you guys, this is the history of Niger people. Now, they are the first inhabitants of Ireland, you guys. In fact, they are the first inhabitants of probably they say over the world. They say that these people are so old, they DNA so old till they predate the Bible. I'm just gonna look at this. This St. Patrick went over there and slaughtered all those people, and then they celebrated, called it Irish St. Patrick Day, because they were short nature people. They marked them and named them leprechauns. So when you celebrate that leprechaun. And when you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, you're celebrating the genocide of your ancestors. This is Ireland talking about St. Patrick, the Twa people. TWA, Twa people, okay? Yes, indeed. Thank you for the super sticker info.
They're advanced, like the way they did. They're like how they were such an advanced civilization. They inspired the Druids to follow in their footsteps.
So let's just take a look at this picture, y'all. This is a family, right? These people have been. This was their land. Their land, y'all. They went over there and slaughtered these people, our ancestors, our cousins. So if you notice the lady right here on your right, the right of me, maybe the left of you, she has a baby in her hand. She's nursing her baby. And that remind me of my daughter sitting up there. My daughter just had a baby and she's nursing her baby. Tiffany nursing her baby on Love and Marriage Huntsville. There's another lady in the center nursing her baby right there in the center, laying up against a little tent, whatever y'all call it. But these are really a family, you know. They're human beings, y'all. I want to dehuman our people. We look at the, we look at them, just look at the pictures, and it don't seem to affect us. But indeed, we're all one tribe, all over the world.
To follow in their footsteps, okay. Just make sure. Follow in their footsteps and take and follow suit. So everything was good until St. Patrick came. Well, he wasn't a saint then. I had to find out what his name is. You can find out too. But the man who would be known as St. Patrick comes there as part of the Inquisition. And for those who don't know what the Inquisition is, the Inquisition was a order of the.
So y'all see the Twa man. That's what Niger is, y'all. Y'all picture Niger looking like that in the book.
Court, they're like people from the court, like a whole system of the court designed to convert non-believers into Christians. And a lot of their main methods were intimidation. And if you didn't, and basically when it came to the Inquisition, the intimidation, savagery and all that. Savagery and.
Let's see who's this. This is Zero Effect.
Yeah, I think it was it. Like you're triggering savagery, I guess. And one of the things their main goal was like when dealing with Inquisition, you either gonna convert or die. There was no middle ground when it came to that. You're either gonna become Christians or you're gonna die. You're gonna die, go take your land, rape your women. We're gonna do whatever we want to y'all people because the church allowed it. Church gave order that if you weren't Christians, the Inquisition had the right to do whatever they want to the people. So that's when you see people like Christopher Columbus, Ponce de Leon, all these conquistadors coming through there. They were all part of the Inquisition. So in doing that, like St. Patrick went to Ireland, tried to convince the Twa to become Christians, and when they didn't, he killed them all. Yeah, he killed all the people there, killed all the Twa there, and I believe he killed some Jews too. But like in doing that, he gained Satan status, which like the snakes, when they're talking about driving out snakes, were the Twa. They were Moors that were being killed because of the Inquisition, because of him and the Inquisition. So, like, just in case people would like say, "Oh, well, he did get rid of all the snakes." Well, there's a National Geographic article that says that.
Now they're saying that St. Patrick ran all the snakes out of Africa. What he really meant, the snakes were our people, the Twa, They felt like the snakes was powerful. They felt like the snakes was perfect for protection and strength. But anyway, he says that he ran St. Patrick says he ran the snakes out of Ireland, but he was talking about the genocide of those people.
They're like snakes could not survive on Ireland. The climate wasn't favorable to them. So, like, there's only like one type of reptile that's actually native there. And I forgot the name of it, but I'll put the link to the article of National Geographic on YouTube, or put it at the end of the video, whatever I decide to do. So when I found that out, and I found this out last year, so when I found that out, I was like, wow. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be giving my opinion.
That's right. Black people do not celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
No, I was just supposed to just give you an explanation, but of St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, that's why I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. If people are wondering why I don't say happy St. Patrick's Day.
Why don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day? He killed over 200,000 of our ancestors, y'all, in the name of Christianity.
Also, I'm a Moor, so I celebrate Tag Day, which is on the same day, Moorish Tag Day. So I wanted to do a quick video talking about that. Try to get it on Tag Day today. I hope you enjoyed this, my little introduction and all that.
So now you look at the leprechaun came into play. As y'all can see, they were short nature people, the Twa people. I have a section in my book called Pygmies. That's derogatory. I found that out later, you guys. So they are Twa people. Okay, so now they make fun of them. They celebrate the genocide of our people, the death of our people, the murder of our people. They celebrate it. Called it St. Patrick's Day. That this man was so great of a man till they call him a saint for murdering over 200,000 of our ancestors. And not only that, they make fun of them because of their short nature and their advanced things that they do was so advanced. It was magical. So that's how they came up with the leprechaun, because they are short nature people, and that's who they make fun of. So now you know about St. Patrick's Day. And Niger, those are Niger's people on that boat. Get ready.
Wanna see you with it, show could get you up. Give me just a minute of your time tonight. We won't
My grandbaby. Thank y'all so much, you guys. Yeah. Let me just sum it up for y'all. Niger was aboard the Titanic. You had those Irelands over there. The Titanic was built in Ireland on our people land. Okay? So a lot of those guys was aboard the Titanic, working in the bowels of the Titanic, right? So that's why I throw that in there. And while I throw that in there, I was giving y'all a history of of Ireland. Most people, when you think of Irish, you think of white people, right? But white people, with no white people around over there for millions of years, they occupied that land over there by themselves. They had never seen nobody white before. Those people over there, the Twa people, when you do their DNA, they are the oldest people on this earth. On the earth, not just in that geographical area. They predate the Bible. They predate the man called Jesus too. That's just how old their DNA was. And St. Patrick, they called him St. Patrick, went over there and murdered all those people, and they took the whole of Europe. The Europe was taken. Europe was black before they destroyed everybody over there, committed genocide on our people. But Niger played a very important role early on in Malinda's life, because when Malinda was aboard, working aboard on first and second class, right, she had that white lady, and they were bullying her on there. They were bullying her, and Nigel ended up having to help her throw the lady body overboard, because she was trying to shoot Malinda. So Malinda defended herself. So that's the bond, and the secret between Malinda and Niger is that they killed Judge Green's daughter, but it was in self-defense on that boat. And then when we talk about Brother Tory was the one. It was a fire down there in the Titanic. A fire was always in the Titanic from the first time that it left London. So our brothers was down there trying to keep the fire under control from burning up the Titanic. Plus, they were undergoing racial things. They did not want to take when they put David and Ernest down there down in the bowels of the basement down there, shoving coals in those big boilers for fuels to keep the ship going. That was a punishment, because David and Ernest got to fighting with them officers for trying to take advantage of Malinda and Ellen. But they didn't want to take no advice from David. And so, they just started a fight down there. One white man took a big old shovel of coal and throwed it on Brother Tor's back. Brother Tor caught fire. Yeah, he caught a fire. And that's what I was saying when they had to go get Malinda. He down there, she cleaned. Every time she tried to clean his skin, it was falling off. Yeah, there was an uprising down there in the bowels of the Titanic between the white men and the white firemen, or the white stokers, and those white Irishmen down there. Yeah, so that's how Malinda saved David's life, because remember, Mr. Brother Lightfoot, he had hit, one of them had hit Brother Lightfoot, which was an officer, and he was going to shoot. He had a gun in David's mouth, either David or Ernest. But Malinda had to end up saving their life by going back to work for Colin Ashley. Colin Ashley used to beat up his wife so bad till Malinda got afraid that, that they'll turn on her and say she was the one beating on that white woman. So that's why she quit abruptly. Anyway, you guys, thank y'all for being here. And my book club will start again next week. It's going to get better and better. This just really is the introduction, y'all. But more and more we go into the book, it's going to get deeper and deeper and more interesting. So remember, you guys, this y'all going to be y'all assignment. Go look up the Twa people. TWA, the Twa people. Those or you can say St. Patrick's Day as to why y'all celebrate St. Patrick's Day and St. Patrick. Yeah, I need y'all to read up on them. Okay, what you said, my son said. Let's see what y'all saying on here. I sent $15 for the books by way of Cash App. I will email you my address. Okay, so it'll go off Monday then, okay? Your book will go off Monday. All right. Hey, Marshawn Hickman, shalom, shalom, shalom. Miss Stacy in for Life 69. Miss Stacy is here. Miss Stacy say that's why they work so hard to keep us down and from learning. Yeah. Yeah, I bet y'all did not even know. And also in if we're going to talk about Europe, the first Holocaust was with the Africans over there with King Leopold. He killed millions of blacks over there and had them in concentration camp. But for some reason, nobody never talk about that, the African Holocaust over there in Europe. It was blacks first. It was not the Jews. Now the Jews suffered now. Yeah, the Jews suffered, but before then you had the Black Holocaust. Yeah. I think what he is saying about being a Christian should cause one to stop and think about it and research who that on the box of fruit looks. Yeah, Arlita, that it's hard to get our people, that Christianity and that religion just been so impounded into our people heads, and they will actually argue with you. They will argue with you. Even though facts is in their face, they still will argue because it's just so ingrained into our spirit. Okay. Shalom, Miss Hickman. And I think that's it, you guys. I'm finna go. Black Miss Reese, hello, in for life. Oh, yeah, let me just read this because she gave me a super sticker, y'all. It's a pleasure speaking to you. You are so knowledgeable, and I learned a lot from listening to you. Much love. Thank y'all for being here. Who said that? Good morning, Black Titanic everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Love y'all. And Ebony, the best, was here. That is content creator. Whoa said, I am enjoying listening to you read the book. Greta Lee, I'm with you. I want and need all the Black Titanic book by Nosy Rosa Graham. Y'all don't know. My first book was a children's book. Yeah, it's called Hickory Hood Village, y'all, by the grandma with magical powers. Yeah, it was. I was working with some underprivileged kids in the hood, and they actually wrote that book. I need to bring it back to surface. Greta Lee say, it is amazing that you know so much of your family history. Most of us can only go back to our grandparents only or great grandparents. Yeah, Greta Lee, I want to say that. That was my grandfather's sister, Malinda, that was aboard. But for some reason, he would choose me to tell this story to and drill it in my head and told me to make sure that okay, that's Pinky. I need to fix that. Okay, Pinky. Hold on, y'all. Let me throw Pinky the link. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, so and so this is what I want to ask you guys. Is there anything that y'all want to ask somebody? Like me, I wished I would have asked my grandfather and grandmother more about their people, but I was so young at the time. Like I don't know past my grandparents. So if you was asking who's my great, I don't know, y'all, because they would have been born like in the 1700s. So I don't know. What about you guys? Do anybody know? Oh, I like to say, what would have asked? If you had a chance to ask anybody from the 1800s, what would ask your ancestors? Y'all write it down for me. What would you ask them? Yeah, could y'all write that down for me? or how far back can you go into your family history? Is there any stories you know about? What about land? Like, I'm wondering, when I went back into the check up on my history, I'm wondering what happened to my grandmother land, you know. All right. Hello, Pinky. How are you?
Hello, good morning. It's hard. I've been sending my comments, but you couldn't see me anyway. Nobody could see me. We'll get it fixed. We'll let your grandbaby fix that. Oh, your
Yeah.
yeah. But thank you guys for having me this morning, everybody. But yeah, if I would have a question, I would want to know more about how we got here. Their parents and their parents from that, or their parents and their grandparents. Uh, uh, where did they come from? How did they get where they are? And was there anybody in our family or in that family that maybe did something special or did something, invented something, or how many kids they had, different things like that. It's almost like when it comes to my grandmother, it stops there. I
Mhm.
mean, it just stops. It's like there's that open void. There's who is her people. I know some of her cousins, and there wasn't. I'm not going to say there was good people, but there was some of their cousins, and and one day, actually, I want to. No, I'm going to leave that story alone because those people still living. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. Uh, but anyway, I would love to know her family background. How many kids? Where did they live? Things like that. Was there anything going on in the family, or it's just it's almost like there's no family history that goes past my grandmother and my
Mhm.
grandfather, but he would tell us things about his side of the family.
ATN. Art.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just, I need to put this up to the
Okay.
and I'm gonna drop you to the
Okay,
side.
drop me
But
down for a bit.
no,
Okay.
no, you don't have to be dropped down. And just drop you to the side, like
Okay.
okay, this what I'm going to do, you guys. I want to celebrate. We're talking about being the phenomenal woman, right? I think that my great grand auntie was a phenomenal woman, traveling all over the world in the early 1900s. In fact, would you guys take cruise? She opened up doors for y'all to get on those ships because they were not allowing. They were saying blacks couldn't get aboard those luxurious cruises. So, and actually, the Titanic was the first big old cruise boat going across that sea. So she really opened up doors for you guys to be on a cruise ship. She sacrificed her life for you guys to be able to take cruises now as black people. But I was going to say that phenomenal woman. I'm thinking about her name is Miss Selma Burke. Miss Selma Burke, y'all. Everybody got a dime, right?
Right.
Nobody know about Miss Selma Burke. Miss Selma Burke is the one that sculptured President Roosevelt is on that dime. She is the one that sculptured President Roosevelt on that dime. So we've been running around with dimes all our lives ever since we were
Yeah.
big enough to know. But nobody never told us that a black woman, a phenomenal woman, a phenomenal black woman is the one that sculptured that dime. And let me give y'all, I'm gonna put her up for y'all. Her name is Selma Burke.
TV network. Not everyone understands that they are already carrying around African American art. When someone says, I do not own any African American art, tell them to look in their pockets, look in their purse, examine the cookie jar that may hold spare change, look under the seat of their car, among the coins from the grocer's cash register, and they will experience Dr. Selma Burke's artistic expression and African American art. The portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt on the dime was created by Dr. Selma Burke.
President Roosevelt posed for Dr. Burke in 1944. The completed bronze plaque was unveiled by President Harry S. Truman in 1945, a year later. Since the coin bears the initials of the engraver John Cena, Selma Burke has never received proper credit for the portrait used on the dime. Let me give you more information on Dr. Burke. This remarkable woman from North Carolina earned a Master of Fine Arts degree from Columbia University and at the age of 70 completed a doctorate in arts and letters at Livingston College in Salisbury, North Carolina. Through Dr. Selma Burke, I guess you could say we all have experienced art, and especially African American art. And we see more and more people taking part in this experience. Many people are taking this art experience to the next level by buying African American art for the home or office.
Yes. How many of y'all knew that? How many?
I did not know that. I did not know that. But I pulled her up, and so I can be looking at her. I'm looking at it now, but I did not know that.
Yes, Miss Selma Burke. And we walk around with those coins in our pocket every day. Never knew. I discovered that maybe about 15 years ago. I discovered that. But I'm good and grown by the time I found that out. That's why we have to do our research. Tell it to your children. Your grandkids, pull that dime out your pocket and say, did you know that a black woman did this sculpture, this dime? Even if you don't remember her name, just tell your family that this is a black woman that did that. Phenomenal woman. That's me because I am a black woman. I'm phenomenal woman. That's me.
And you know what? You are a phenomenal. Oh, I don't know what it is about this morning. A woman. You know why I say that? Because you are a great teacher. You teach us things, but you have wrote a book, not one book. You got several books written. You're bringing alive history. You're teaching not the kids in the classroom, but you're teaching all over the world. Your teachings goes from probably over in London to someone over in Jamaica to the whole United States. Your teaching is everywhere, and we appreciate that. And your boots on the ground. You bring stories to us every day, and you're there. You're fighting a hard fight and everything. So we appreciate that, and you are one of those women that's going to be in history. You're making your mark now. Yes, you are, and you're going to be in the history. Yes, you are.
Could y'all imagine Mrs. She went back to school at 70, y'all. That's why, people that's intelligent, they never stop learning. They never think they're smart. They're always a student. They're always learning. This woman went back to school at 70 and got her degree. And so did Miss West. Miss West did too. The lady that do the GPS. She went back to school, got her another degree at 70. But anyway, In for Life said, it's a pleasure speaking to you. You are so knowledgeable, and I learn a lot from listening to you. Much love. Thank you, In for Life. And I'm telling y'all, when y'all give me this $15, y'all know books cost more than that. But that includes the shipping fee too. So I don't really make. I guess I make like $2 or $1.50 off the book because I have to pay for the shipping and all of that. So that's what the $15 just covered, the shipping. Right. All right, you guys, I'm sorry you just came up here, but you can say one last thing and then I am going. Now, y'all remember next, it's going to get deep, y'all. It's going to get deep. So you just hold your horses as we go through this book. Okay, and then you guys, y'all, after we get through with this, you guys got to make suggestions. Y'all can make suggestions as to what y'all want to talk about, what kind of books y'all want to read. This is not just for me, y'all. It's for y'all too, okay?
Yes. Thank you about that. Actually, I want to do a talk about, and I could run and get it, but it's about not just Dr. Myrtle Hightower. She's 100 years old. I think Black Titanic had mentioned I should talk about her. I want to talk about her as
I
well.
do, yeah.
Yes, because she's still living. She's still got, and she's still here today. I've done a tons of videos and trailers on her, and she's like my mom. She's like a mom to
So
me.
why don't you take about a 10-minute segment out next week?
Okay, and
So I'll do my thing, and then you come on with your thing too.
okay,
That will make it more interesting too.
okay, and let me just see would I be able when we do it. Would I be able to do a slide? I think I can. I think I'll be able to pull up a slide from here and cast it.
You got a whole week, girl.
I got a whole week. Yes, I
Yeah.
can. Yeah, but I'm gonna bring it up. But bye guys.
Now, y'all, thank y'all
Bye
for
bye.
being here. Thank y'all. I'm learning how. I'm learning along with you guys. And don't forget, y'all, celebrate that phenomenal woman, Selma Burke, the lady that did the artwork on the dime. And really, don't y'all forget, don't let me catch y'all celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
I don't celebrate it. I don't celebrate it.
Talk about St. Patrick's Day.
I don't even celebrate it.
I know. I'm just playing. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, don't forget, we are you're gonna talk with my son today.
Okay. All right.
And
You got my number. Just call
yeah.
me.
Okay.
All right. Bye, y'all.
I want to say, call you on the phone. I'm calling you. Bye bye, guys.